Hello, everyone, and welcome to another coffee chat. It is the day after Thanksgiving here in the US, and there are so many thoughts on my mind this morning. Just so many feels after yesterday. So I probably had a completely different subject matter to talk about for today's coffee chat, and I wrote down something that now makes no sense to me. I don't know what I was supposed to talk about, but it's not going to be about that. So I wanted to share an experience from yesterday, and then talk about setting the tone for upcoming 2017. This goes hand in hand with my belief in goal setting, and that intention setting is really important. Not just for like your weeks or your month, but for your entire year. And if you don't do that, then you tend to kind of just drift through your year. And by the end of the year, you're like, oh, wow, I didn't get anything done that I wanted to do in my mind. And that's because you didn't actually set the intention. So we're going to talk about that. But yesterday I had the experience of hosting Thanksgiving for the first time. I had never done that. I've always gone to like our parents' home. It's my first Thanksgiving with my son and as an adult, as I like to call it. And it was wonderful. We had an amazing time. It was super relaxed, very chill. Great wine, great food. We got to watch a movie together and just chat. And it was a mix of friends and family. And it was amazing. Something really curious, which I know happens, it's sort of like an expectation when it comes to this holiday. And as we're sitting around after we had food, the majority of people were like, oh my God, I'm so full, I just want to die, you know? And that's a very common experience, so I've seen from Thanksgiving. And I didn't feel that way. I felt amazing. I got to eat everything I wanted to eat, including 2 different kinds of dessert, because I love dessert, that is the truth. And I didn't feel that way. And it's not because I was like consciously telling myself like, okay, don't eat this or don't do that or don't. No, I just genuinely ate what I wanted to eat, didn't eat any more than what I wanted to eat, and I felt great by the end of the night. So it was a huge, for me, evidence of the progress that I've made with my own relationship to food and my own relationship to understanding what is an acceptable limit of food for me versus what I want to ingest, right? Like before I would think about eating Thanksgiving food and thinking of eating as much as possible of the foods that I love. And my mindset has really shifted to, okay, I want to try a little bit of everything until I feel satisfied, not full, but satisfied. And that feeling feels really, really good to me. I now kind of run from the feeling of fullness, because I get indigestion very quickly. But in the past, it didn't matter if I had indigestion or not. I would still eat to the point of feeling sick because of this addiction to food, right? This like misconception of how to have a relationship to food. Now I'm at a point where I understand how sensitive my body is to feeling indigestion. So I would rather feel good than risk that feeling at the end of it just to have a moment of pleasure in like the taste of food. And this goes back to my video on instant gratification versus long-term satisfaction and how shifting that mindset is really important. And for me, that's happened as a result of having a very regular fitness routine, having a very regular nutritional routine. To me, my nutritional routine is like my fitness routine. It's the same thing. It's a journey. It's something I'm always learning about. I flex my muscles in my nutrition, and I flex my muscles when it comes to working out. They're one and the same, in my opinion. They're not always 100%. You know, I don't always do my workouts 100%. Sometimes I have to modify a lot of it, but I get it done. Same thing goes with my nutrition. I'm not always 100% with my nutrition, but I get it done. I work at it every single day. So yesterday was really profound for me because I saw the evidence of that directly in how I experienced my evening. So maybe some of you right now are sitting there feeling like hungover from food and like you overdid it, and maybe now you're thinking about starting a fitness program or getting on a nutritional program, and I invite you to take that plunge and to not wait until Christmas or any holiday rolls around that you're going to be surrounded by food and family and you're going to want to stuff your face and then feel even more sick and start off your year on that note. don't do that. Start your year off on the right foot, which sets the tone for 2017, which is now what I'm going to talk about. I just wanted to share that reflection. So November and December are typically the times, especially after Thanksgiving, when I sit down and think about my upcoming goals. And that's a very ritualistic thing for me. I have been doing that for about 5 years. And I go kind of month by month, and I decide what I want to experience every month. This year I did things a little bit differently. My husband and I sat down and we planned out every single trip that we want to make for 2017. And we also set some very big goals for ourselves. So we want to have a house by the end of next year, by the time we're done living in this rental property, and you know, certain things of that nature. He has certain like credit card debt goals, and we have certain student loan debt goals. So we did the bigger things first. We planned all of our trips, and then we planned all of our like big achievement goals, which I'm writing down today. Because here's the other part of setting the tone for 2017. If you have some huge goals that you want to hit this upcoming year, you have to write them down. If you do not have a planner, you need to go get a planner. Find one that you like. Get one that has the month boxes. I always share my planner because I'm like completely obsessed with this model. But it has a goals section, but it also has like a month section. So get one that has the monthly section so you can set the big goals for yourself in those month boxes. And then I have one that's weekly breakdown, has timelines and priority lists, and I color code everything because I'm obsessed with highlighters. That's just me. But get yourself a planner, even if it's just for the family. Even if you don't need a professional planner because it doesn't require one, get a planner for your family. That's super important. Start the habit of using a planner for your family, whether it's electronic or paper. Set family goals inside of that planner. So go out and get a planner this week. It's Black Friday today, so I know y'all are going to be shopping, okay? Go get a planner while you're shopping. Make that a priority. Cyber Monday, you can order one online for cheap. Get a planner. Write down things like all the major trips you'd like to take next year. Write down all the major acquisitions you'd like to have next year. Write down when you're going to eliminate certain debt, right, by next year. Start setting those goals on paper so that you can see them every day, work towards them in 2017. And the other part is set the intention energetically for 2017. I think that's super, super important that we're setting a sort of a spiritual intention for the year of 2017. There's so much change among us and so much unrest in so many different places that if we don't take the responsibility of setting an energetic tone for 2017, then we risk feeling very disillusioned and very disconnected from source as a result of not having that stronghold. And actually, a friend of mine and I are probably hosting a giant support group starting January 1st that's free, and it's going to revolve around A Course in Miracles, which if you're not familiar with that book, you should be, because it's an amazing book and it's a very powerful medicine for the spirit, in my opinion. So we're going to host, it's a free support group for A Course in Miracles. The only requirement is that you have the book so that you can follow along with us and do the daily exercises. And I will be posting about that upcoming. But that is our way of offering you guys something that you can plug into right away starting January 1st to feed your spirit and set the proper energetic tone for the beginning of the year. But I want to invite you to really take the time in the next couple of weeks before the year comes to a close and decide how you want your 2017 to go. Get yourself a planner, start writing in the big goals, start writing in the big trips, start writing in the financial goals, right? And color code it. Have fun. Make this an enjoyable experience for yourself. You know, when you were a kid and they gave you a coloring book with a bunch of markers or pencils, you just went nuts because it was just fun. You had all this creative freedom. So transfer that idea of creative freedom into planning for your future year. It's so powerful that you have the ability to plan for a future year. You have the power in your hands to create whatever you want out of this upcoming year. So I invite you to step into that energy and really take it on and try it on and enjoy it. All right. So that's the message I want to leave with you guys today. Have a beautiful rest of your Thanksgiving break experience. I hope you spend time with your family and have a really fulfilling experience out of all of this. Much love to you guys. Have a beautiful one and happy goals.